Welcome to this deep dive.
Hello, everyone.
Today we're looking closely at something really important. Helping other people.
That's right. We're going to explore, words and ideas from some material we have about what it means to help others.
And the main place, the setting, where a lot of this material takes us is something called a soup kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you know what that is, but if not, well, think of it as a place where people can get a warm meal for free. Usually people who don't have enough money for food.
And the food there, it's often served, sometimes even cooked, by people called volunteers.
Yeah.
People who give their time.
They just volunteer to help out. So our mission today in this deep dive is really to understand more about helping others, using this material as a guide.
Yeah, and we'll look at some useful words and phrases it talks about.
Okay, so let's jump into the scene the material describes first. It kind of paints a picture of what it's like inside this soup kitchen.
Right. You see volunteers, they're busy helping out.
And we meet one volunteer named Riley. Now, she's a chef, a professional cook, so her skills are, well, they're really needed there.
Oh, yeah, definitely appreciate it. The material points that out. She's using her talent to help.
Making a real difference.
Exactly. And the material also mentions another volunteer, Alex.
Right, Alex.
And Alex says something interesting, that lately, maybe especially this time of year, more people are, quote, struggling to make ends meet.
That's a phrase we should definitely talk more about later. Struggling to make ends meet.
Yeah. But then there's this kind of surprising moment the material describes.
Oh, what happens?
A man named George arrives at the soup kitchen, and Riley sees him and is, well, very surprised.
Surprised why?
She asks him why he's there. She says something like he's hardly homeless.
Hardly homeless. Interesting phrasing.
Yeah, and the material also tells us that Riley and George, they used to be married. They're divorced now.
Okay, so there's some history there.
Right. And this moment, it's interesting because the material sort of suggests that, well, maybe George wasn't actually someone who needed the food like many of the others there did.
So it makes you wonder, who comes to a place like this? And why are they there?
Exactly. It adds a layer to think about.
It really does. And this whole situation, it actually helps us understand some key words and phrases related to helping others that the material uses.
Yeah, it sets the stage. So should we explore those words now?
Let's do it. We already mentioned soup kitchen. Just to recap.
Yeah, a place for free food, often run by volunteers, people giving their time, a real example of community helping.
Right. And the material uses a great phrase for helping, to pitch in.
Pitch in. That's a good one. What does it mean exactly?
It just means to help, to join in and help with your time or your effort.
It sounds quite friendly, sort of informal.
Yeah, it is. Very common. Like if you see someone needs help, you might ask, can I pitch in?
Got it. Okay, what's next?
Another word the material highlights is generous.
Generous. That describes a person, right?
Exactly. Someone who likes to give. They might give help or money or their time to other people.
The material actually gives some famous examples, like Mother Teresa.
Known for giving her life to help the poor.
Right. And someone like Warren Buffett, who's known for donating huge amounts of money.
So the material shows generosity can look different. It could be hands-on service or it could be, large donations.
But the core idea is giving back in some way, helping others.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The material also uses the phrase less fortunate.
Less fortunate. This is a way to talk about people who are poor, who don't have many resources.
Why use this phrase, though? Why not just say poor?
Well, the material suggests it's often seen as a bit kinder, a gentler way to put it.
Kinder? How so?
Because fortunate means having good luck or fortune.
Mm-hmm.
So less fortunate kind of suggests that maybe their situation isn't entirely their fault. Maybe it's partly due to bad luck or circumstances beyond their control.
I see. Having less luck, especially with money or life's necessities.
Yeah. The material gives an example like, we often try to help the less fortunate by volunteering our time.
Okay. That makes sense. Now, similar to that maybe is the word needy.
Needy. Yeah, the material explains this describes someone who, well, needs things.
Like basic things.
Right. In the context of the soup kitchen, it means needing things like food, help, maybe money. It comes directly from the word need.
Okay. Though sometimes needy can mean needing too much attention, right?
It can, yes. But here, in this context, it's clearly about basic needs, basic support.
Got it. The material also specifically mentions people who are homeless.
Homeless. That's pretty clear, right? It means without a home.
Yes. And the material explains why people often want to help the homeless.
Because living on the streets, it's obviously very difficult. It can be unsafe, very hard, especially when the weather is bad, like in winter.
So places like soup kitchens and also shelters, they become really important for people who are homeless.
Definitely.
Okay, let's circle back to that phrase Alex used earlier, to make ends meet.
Right. Struggling to make ends meet. What did that actually mean?
Well, the material explains it quite clearly. It means having just enough money, just barely enough, to pay for your essential needs.
Like what kind of needs?
Your house or rent, your food, your bills, the basics you need to live.
The material uses a nice little image, like trying to connect the two ends of a string.
Yeah, how does that work?
Imagine your income is one end of the string, and your basic costs, your expenses, are the other end. If you can make the ends meet, your income covers your costs.
Okay, so if you can't make ends meet,
Then the ends don't touch. Your costs are higher than your income, you're short, you struggle to pay for those necessities.
and Alex was saying more people are in that situation.
Yeah, that's what the material suggested Alex observed.
Okay. Another really positive phrase the material uses, especially thinking about Riley the chef, is making a difference.
Ah, making a difference. I like that one. Sounds important.
It is. It means doing good things, things that have a positive effect, a positive impact on other people, or maybe even the world.
So Riley feels she's making a difference in some small way just by volunteering her cooking skills.
Exactly. And the material gives other examples too, like working at shelters or even doing something like recycling that makes a difference for the environment.
So it's about positive action, basically, big or small.
Right. Now, what about people who need help because things have gone wrong for them? The material uses the phrase, fall on hard times.
Fall on hard times.
Yeah,
That sounds quite serious.
it usually is. It means someone has entered a really difficult period in their life. Often it means they've lost money or their stability.
So it's like maybe life was okay before, but then something happened.
Exactly. Like maybe they lost their job or had a big health problem or a business failed, and suddenly they find themselves in a hard situation. They've sort of fallen into it.
And they might not have enough money for food or housing anymore.
Right. The material says the people coming to the soup kitchen have often fallen on hard times.
That makes sense. Okay, one more phrase from the material. To bolster spirits.
Bolster spirits. What does bolster mean first?
To bolster means to support something, to make it stronger or better, like bolstering a weak wall.
Okay. So to bolster spirits, what are spirits here?
Spirits here means like your mood, your feelings, your sense of hope.
Ah. So to bolster spirits means to make someone feel better emotionally, happier, more hopeful.
Exactly that. And the material uses it beautifully, saying a delicious hot meal can really bolster their spirits.
So it's not just about filling an empty stomach.
No, it's also about lifting someone's mood, making them feel cared for, making them feel stronger inside.
That's a lovely idea. Okay, that gives us a really good handle on the specific words the material uses.
Yeah, some very useful vocabulary there.
Well, let's step back a bit now. Let's look at the bigger picture, the broader ideas about helping others that the material explores.
Okay. Like, what does helping others really mean, according to the material?
Well, it talks about it as giving something of yourself. It could be your time, your energy, or maybe your resources like money or things, giving that to support someone who needs help.
And it stresses that it doesn't always have to be about money or big gestures.
Right. Sometimes just a kind word or a smile or simply listening to someone when they're having a tough time, that can be incredibly helpful.
Mm-hmm. The material also reminds us that everyone, at some point in their life, probably needs some help from others. It's a universal thing.
Definitely. And the material also digs into why helping is so important. Why should we do it?
Well, one big reason it mentions is happiness. Helping actually makes people feel good.
Both people, the helper and the one getting help.
Yes, both. It creates this feeling of connection, warmth, positive emotion for everyone involved.
That makes sense. What else?
Helping also builds stronger relationships and stronger communities.
How does that work?
When people help each other, trust grows. People feel supported, connected. And that makes the whole community, the whole group, a better place to be.
It strengthens the bonds between people.
Exactly. And it also teaches us important human values.
Like what?
Things like kindness, obviously, but also patience, understanding other people's situations, and gratitude, being thankful for what we have, perhaps.
So it helped us grow as people when we help others.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We learn empathy. We see the world from maybe a different perspective.
Yeah. And the material also touches on this idea of a positive cycle.
Oh, yeah. What kind of cycle?
Like acts of kindness can sort of ripple outwards. When you help someone, maybe they feel better and are then able to help someone else later on.
Ah, like paying it forward.
Exactly. Or maybe someday someone will be there to help you when you need it. It creates this ongoing wave of goodness.
That's a really nice thought. A cycle of goodness.
And the material also points out there are so many different ways to help. It's not just about volunteering at a soup kitchen, although that's important.
Right. It gives examples across different parts of life.
Like, you can help your family, maybe doing chores without being asked, or really listening when someone in your family has a problem, offering support.
Sure. And helping friends, too. Just being there for them when they're down, maybe helping them study if they're struggling with school, sharing what you have.
Simple things, and you can even help people you don't know, strangers.
Yeah.
Small acts, like giving someone directions if they look lost, or helping someone carry their groceries if they're struggling. Little moments of kindness.
Those can really brighten someone's day.
Absolutely. And then there's helping in your wider community.
Right. Like volunteering at a local school or maybe helping to clean up a park.
Or donating things people need, like food or clothes, to organizations that help others.
So the material shows that helping can happen anywhere, anytime, in many different forms.
And all of those forms are valuable. They all matter.
Yeah. It's not just one way to help.
Now, thinking about volunteering, the material does briefly mention the hosts, us, sharing a little bit about our own experiences. Kept very simple, of course.
Right. Like one of us mentioned cooking meals sometimes at home and then taking them to a shelter, a place for people who didn't have homes.
And not just dropping off the food, but sometimes staying.
Yeah, staying to help serve it. And maybe just sitting and talking with the people there for a little while.
Because that connection, just talking and showing you care, that can be a really important kind of help too, right? Beyond just the food.
Absolutely. Sometimes that human connection is what people need most.
So it really shows how giving your time, your energy, like Riley giving her cooking skills, can be such a meaningful way of, what was the phrase?
Making a difference.
Right, making a difference.
And the material makes another really key point here, something important for us, for the helper, to remember.
Oh, what's that?
That helping others isn't just good for them. It can actually be a very positive and rewarding experience for you, the person doing the helping.
Rewarding for the helper, too.
It can change your perspective on things, make you appreciate what you have more. It can make you feel more connected to your community, to the world around you.
So it's a way to grow personally, feel good about contributing.
Exactly. It enriches both sides, the helper and the person being helped. It really creates that positive cycle we talked about.
That's powerful. Okay, so let's try to wrap up our deep dive for today.
Sounds good.
We've spent this time exploring the idea of helping others, looking through the lens of the material we discussed, especially the setting of the soup kitchen.
And we unpacked some really useful words and phrases. Things like pitch in,
Meaning to help out.
being generous, giving your time or resources,
Describing people facing difficulties as less fortunate or needy.
understanding what it means to be homeless, and that common struggle of trying to make ends meet,
We also talked about the positive impact of making a difference,
and what it means when people fall on hard times.
and how simple kindness, like a good meal, can bolster spirits, make someone feel better.
And beyond the words, we thought about what helping really means, why it's so important for happiness, for building community.
And we saw there are so many ways to help, big and small. In your family, with friends, even with strangers, and out in your community.
Yeah, the material showed us that helping is valuable, it benefits everyone, and it can be a really rewarding thing for you to do as well.
Helping is important, and there are always opportunities, always ways to do it.
Absolutely.
So maybe to leave you with something to think about after this deep dive, here's a little thought. What is just one small thing, maybe even a tiny thing, that you could do today to help someone else?
That's a good question to ponder. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks, everyone.